African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals, intelligence, and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing on the progress of the special military operation as of January 1st, 2026. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct the special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces have improved their tactical position, inflicted a defeat on the formations of two mechanized Ranger brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Kondratovka, Krapovshina, Novaya Sich, Hotin, and Rizevka in the Sumy region. On the Kharkiv direction, a defeat was inflicted on the units of two motorized infantry brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Volchansk Hutors and Liman in the Kharkiv region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost up to 190 servicemen, 11 vehicles, a station of electronic warfare, and 2 warehouses of material resources. Units of the West Group of Forces inflicted a defeat on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and 2 brigades of the National Guard in the areas of the settlements of Kupiansk, Uzlovoy, Podoli, Glushkovka in the Kharkiv region, Drobyshevo, Red Liman, and Ilichivka in the Donetsk People's Republic. On the Kupiansk direction during the day, units of the 6th Army repelled 2 attacks of the formations of the 92nd Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Nechvolodovka and Blagodatovka with the aim of breaking into the city of Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. Up to 15 militants and 2 pickups were destroyed. In the area of responsibility of the West Group of Forces, the enemy's losses amounted to up to 210 servicemen, a tank, a US-made Max Pro armored vehicle, 16 vehicles, and 4 field artillery guns. 4 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the South Group of Forces have taken more advantageous positions, inflicted a defeat on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized airborne brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a Marine brigade in the areas of the settlements of Zakotnoye, Bondarn, Kramatorsk, Konstantinovka, Reznikovka, Nikolaevka, and Berostok in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 190 servicemen, 3 armored personnel carriers, including a US-made Max Pro armored vehicle, 10 vehicles, and 4 field artillery guns. A station of electronic warfare and 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces improved the situation along the front line. They inflicted losses on manpower and hardware of 2 mechanized brigades, 1 airmobile brigade, 1 assault brigade, 2 air assault detachments, 2 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 1 Marine brigade, 1 territorial defense brigade, 3 National Guard brigades, and the Azov Special Operations Brigade near Volnoye, Novokrivorozhye, Sergeyevka, Krasnoyarskoye, Kutuzovka, Shevchenko, Novi Donbass, Toretskoye in the Donetsk People's Republic, Gavrilovka, and Novopavlovka in the Dnepropetrovsk region. The enemy losses amounted to up to 470 troops, 1 armored personnel carrier, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 8 motor vehicles, 2 field artillery guns, and 1 US-made ANTPQ-37 counterfire station. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance into the depth of the enemy's defense. The live forces and equipment of the mechanized assault brigades and 3 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Dorozhnanka, Verkhnya Tersa, Zalishchne, Ternovate in the Zaporizhia region, and Bratskoye and Velikomikhailovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost over 220 servicemen, a tank, 2 armored personnel carriers, a combat armored vehicle, and 6 vehicles. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces defeated the formations of the Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Belogori, Orakov in the Zaporizhia region, and Antonovka, Yantarnoye, and Sadov in the Kherson region. Up to 55 Ukrainian servicemen, 15 vehicles, 2 artillery pieces, an Israeli-made Rada radar station, and 3 electronic warfare stations were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, and missile and artillery units of the armed forces of the Russian Federation defeated energy facilities used in the interests of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, ammunition depots, assembly shops for long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, and temporary dislocation points of Ukrainian armed formations, nationalists, and foreign mercenaries in 154 districts. An Su-27 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force was shot down by the Air Defense Forces of Russia. Anti-aircraft defense systems shot down a guided aerial bomb and 250 unmanned aerial vehicles of the aircraft type. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 670 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 106,444 unmanned aerial vehicles, 641 anti-aircraft missile systems, 26,826 tanks and other combat armored vehicles, 1,634 multiple rocket launcher systems, 32,303 field artillery and mortar pieces, 50,530 units of special military automotive equipment. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.